Time for our conversation right now, and we center on discussion on electric vehicles uptake, deepening EV uptake. My guest is already here. That is Tadase Teseme, who's the Chief Executive Officer, TAD Motors. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you so much. Now, let's just broach this discussion by a clear understanding of why you chose Kenya, because I understand that you got the approval in November 2023 to establish and manage operations at the Naivasha Special Economic Zone. So what was this peculiar about Kenya that you saw it as a key hub for your operations?
Yeah, again, thank you very much. You know, when I came in August 2023, I was looking somewhere to allocate and start this business. So I came here, and unfortunately I met people from SEZ, which are extremely helpful, and they gave me the opportunity to get the land, and the permission was going very fast. And also the possibilities of incentives which are going to use when we are manufacturing that, it makes it much easier to set up here.
It's a bit easier to set up in Kenya.
Sure.
It's affordable,
because the business atmosphere is now also very much promising, and as you see, a lot of FDI is coming back now to Kenya. So I think it's a good opportunity to be here in Kenya. It's very stable.
All right, so since then till now, how would you say it has been doing this?
Yes, since then we have got the land in Naivasha, Special Economic Zone, and then we start developing the whole system. Unfortunately, it takes some time before we set up everything, and so we are working on that. And also find out what kind of, the whole idea is to set up here a manufacturing plant where it's actually a manufacturing plant. We start with some assembling, and then we go to manufacturing. So choosing the right components, the right things, it took some time. And now we are here just finishing the perimeter, setting up the factory. And we will launch on 31st October, the first 5 cars assembled in Kenya.
1st October of this year?
31st, yeah.
So you're here to set up that manufacturing?
Yeah, we'll launch 5 cars, the first 5 cars assembled in Kenya.
So as you're operating there, how would you say this is creating employment, especially for the young people?
Yeah, sure. The whole business is focusing on maximum use of the use. As you know, car manufacturing companies are using a lot of robots and machineries, but we don't use that, and we use manpower. The reason for that is also because, first of all, relatively good, well-trained youth here coming up from universities. Secondly, that the volume of cars we're producing is not so much so that we need to invest in machineries. So instead, we invest in people, so that we use manpower to assemble the car. So we intend within 1.5 year about 1,500 people.
So you're talking about 1,500 youths?
Yes.
Are they ready?
No, we'll train them.
This is a projection?
Yes, we'll train them. We'll train them, and depending on the demand, of course, demand of the market, we'll train them. And then, so from the training, they can join the company.
So how does that idea look like? Get the youths, train them, and then now they can...
We will have job training. Okay. So those people are coming from school, from the universities. We will have job training, which means that they can see how the job is going well, and for that, so they can join the company as full employees.
All right. So then, with this electric vehicles, are you, now that you're sort of like beginning this, are you partnering with government, say national government or county government, when it comes to the rolling out of charging points? Because sometimes it may pose a bit of a challenge for EVs.
Yeah, actually, we don't have real. We have contact with SEZ, which is helping us very much. Besides that, our cars don't need infrastructure for charging, which is one of the main problems for EVs on the market.
So how does that work?
We have the charger on board. You have 2 ways of charging, on board and off board. Off board means you have to go somewhere and charge it, but we have the charger on board. So it means that you need a cable, so you plug in somewhere and charge it.
So where is this somewhere? Paint for us a picture, at least for the consumers of this, to better understand, because what we know, what you have in the market is that there is to be this charging points, charging area. So really, just paint for us a picture with a clear understanding.
Okay.
How is this?
Okay. One of the main problems for EVs is charging.
Yes.
That's everywhere when it goes charging.
Yeah.
Why is charging? Because most EVs have high power. It means you have to drive the power, the batteries on board. they have a range of 400, 500, 600 kilometers, which means you need more power. For that, you need infrastructure for that. But we have made here research to see what is actually what you need to drive AEVs. So we came out, what our target was first to look out through Ubers and Bolts, just figure out how many kilometers are they driving daily, with a maximum range of 150 and something 150 and 200 kilometers. So it means that we can put the battery lower, which enables us also that we can make the car affordable to the consumer. At the same time, because the power is lower, so we can use normal charger on board. That's the whole idea. So we don't have to put more battery so that you can drive 400 or 500 kilometers, because it's not necessary at all. In normal use, 85-90% of people use average daily is about between 50 and 150 kilometers. So we think that's enough.
So how is this affordable to the consumer?
Yeah, because we choose to minimize the range, 250 kilometers, we manage, and also because of incentives we are getting here. And now we are starting with assembling, but gradually we go to manufacturing. We go within one and a half year, we'll have here designed and manufactured car here. With that, now intending we will come up with a price something between 1.3, 1.5. This is in the range of these used cars are exported now from abroad. So we are competing with them. Because there is why is it problem? What is a real issue? Is Kenya and neighboring countries have right-hand drive cars, and this at the low level of the community, there is the big companies are not interested to manufacture these cars because the volume is too small and the margin is too small. So that is a niche market which nobody is looking at. So we jump in because for us, because we use manpower, the market is enough for us. So we come up with 1.3, 1.5. If you see the current market, business EVs in the market, they are above 4.5 and 7 million.
So yes, is reduced. But still one would say there's, with the majority of these EVs, there's that high upfront cost. Yes, you're talking about the market price being at 4.5, but it's at 1.5. Someone still think it's quite high. What are you doing to sort of like, is it incentivize or just enable consumers to be able to, consumers of this product?
Sure.
Yeah.
So what we intend to do is that we will try to arrange financing. So with a minimum down payment of the consumer, the kind of financing, so that we focus mainly at the beginning for those people who are Uber and Bolt drivers. And those people, so they can generate more income from it, because now daily, because of high fuel cost, their daily income is very low. So we focus on them, and the women who are also driving Ubers, and most of them, they rent a car. It costs them about 1,500 shilling per day. Fuel costs about 3,000. It's about 4,500 shilling. But we think that all these costs we can minimize to between 2,500. Still they have 2,000 shilling per day extra income per day. So that's where we are focusing on.
So you're saying there's also other ways in which you can actually acquire this, the EV vehicles. All right. How would you say the market is like? Are people being receptive, especially the African market and the Kenyan market, if you can go that direction? Are they being receptive towards EVs? How is it?
I think there is a kind of misunderstanding, thinking people are that EVs are, high maintenance, but contrary. The most easiest, simple way is EV maintenance for a vehicle is because there are not a lot of components. You don't have to take out the engine and maintain it, or there are no maintenance, no oil, no so maintenance cost is very low. So if you think about maintenance, it's I think best solution to have EVs. So that awareness we try to get to people. And so with that, I think, and also because we are focusing affordability, that is the most important thing which we are doing. So access to cars, access to people with a lower income can access these cars to own them.
And now, as you draw this discussion to a close, Tedase, Kenya being the country that you choose for this operations compared to its other regional partners, how is that adaptability looking like, and how is it setting Kenya at the map when it comes to the uptake, adaptability of electric vehicles?
Kenya, one of the main things is that is quite stable. What's the most important thing you have? And also if you think about forex exchange, quite stable. So these are the main things when anybody coming is going to look, So, and that makes it. And with a project, with our cars are coming a reasonable, affordable price, I think it will not be because we want people with very low income can own the car. So that pushes them. We are not focusing on higher level because those people who can afford 5-6 million are not our main targets, but people are at lower end.
Your target is not the 5-6 million.
No.
It's actually the 1.5.
Yes.
So or below.
Sure.
So Kenya becomes that avenue for that.
Yeah, and we intend also not only with Kenya, but we are intending also to export. By the way, the car is the brand couldn't be in TADS, this first link my name. The reason what I'm doing is because I want to be able to export to neighboring countries. When you have any partners from any big companies, they will not allow you to export. So I think one day one day I hope Kenya will be independent, making their own.
And allow for that.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Tadase Teseme, for that. At least just get a clear understanding of electric, because sometimes there's a lot of misconceptions surrounding EV and even why it's important. Why should we just use whatever we're used to?
Yeah.
But yeah, you demystify a thing or two.
Of course, what I mentioned is, even if you think about environment, emission, and not only that, even imagine all fuel is coming from abroad, import. So if you do electric, we are saving also for the government money.
And environment as well?
Yes, of course.
All right.
That's also now one of the highest priority what I see from the government in our area. So it creates a win-win situation for everybody who's involved in this venture.
So it becomes more than just a vehicle.
Yeah, because we have also foreign currency for the land. One of the main problem, African countries have foreign currency. So if you save a little bit, it might help the country.
Okay, thank you again. Tadase Teseme, Chief Executive Officer, TAD Motors, has been our guest, and he's just been talking to us about the electric vehicle uptake and how to better deepen that. Just listening to him, some of the gains that also this goes along with, not just for you as an individual, but as well as for us as a country.